So you're 36 now. How old were you when you went to prison?
19.
19, and you were sentenced to 36 years for second-degree murder. Is that correct?
32.
You know, I think we all hope that once somebody is sentenced for murder and they go off to prison that we don't have to deal with them anymore and the situation is over. But unfortunately, that's not always the case. That this gentleman in front of Judge Anzalone today is there because while in prison, he threw a prison guard over a railing, sparking a brawl, complete mess. So take a look at this, see how Judge Anzalone handles it and what it means for his prison stay. How much longer is it going to get? My name is Dan. This is the Courtroom Files.
So this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Eugene Pegues, file number 25-22399FH. Mr. Pegues is present in the courtroom. Step over a little bit closer to the microphone, please. Thank you. He is represented by Ron Underwood, and we also have Phoebe McClure here from the prosecutor's office. So, Mr. Pegues, did you get a chance to speak with Miss Underwood this morning?
Yes.
All right, and did you get to go through the pre-sentence report with her?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you get an opportunity to ask her questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are you satisfied with Miss Underwood as your attorney and the advice that she's given you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I know we're gonna get to the guidelines in a second, but starting out, Ms. McClure, do you wish to explain or challenge the accuracy or relevancy of any information in the pre-sentence report?
I just would like it noted on the front page that the sentence agreement was a COPS agreement.
Okay. I actually,
Otherwise, no.
all right, do you, Ms. Underwood?
On the front page, Your Honor, it says I'm retained.
All right, we'll change that to court-appointed attorney.
That is correct. And
Okay,
I also, well, let's continue.
okay. Does the pre-sentence report disclose any prior convictions in which there exists any known constitutional defect?
I
Ms.
don't believe
McClure?
it does.
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Underwood?
No,
All right, so at sidebar, Ms. McClure said that she had reviewed the guidelines and she feels which OB7,
Yeah, but I would withdraw that.
because there's no OB7 for this offense.
Yeah, it's a crime against public safety, not a person, so I would withdraw that.
Okay, so the people, the guidelines were computed to be 12 to 30 months. You have no objection to those guidelines?
Correct.
All right, and Ms. Underwood, do you have any objection?
correct. Correct, I have no.
Okay.
objection to this guideline.
Before the court passes sentence, Ms. McClure, is there anything you'd like to say on behalf of the people?
Yes, Your Honor, I just want to make sure the court's aware of the nature of this offense. This was an instance at MDOC at Gus Harrison where Mr. Pegues was upset with a couple COs or ACO, and in passing them in a common area, threw them over the railing in the prison. This could have resulted in very serious harm. Luckily, the CO was not. He was treated for some minor injuries, but and then it ended in multiple COs coming on Mr. Pegues and in essence a brawl between the three of them or two or three of them. So it certainly could have escalated even more, but I think the fact of how it escalated was very severe, and his impulsive actions to do that to a CO were very concerning. I do think the court should consider a sentence that was recommended, which was the 24 months. It is mid-range guidelines, not the bottom. The bottom of the guidelines obviously are 12 months. I just think for the deterrent factor, a nature of a crime of this nature, I think 12 months is a little low. Mr. Pegues has a number of years left to serve in MDOC. And I think 1 year at the tail end isn't enough of a deterrent to keep him from doing this again in his years coming up at MDOC. So I'd ask the court to consider the 24-month sentence. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Ms. Underwood, anything you want to say on behalf of Mr. Pegues?
Briefly, Your Honor, Mr. Pegues understands the nature of what he did. He further understands that it was unacceptable. I am a little concerned about the connection between the preparer of this report and the charging officer or charging person at the prison, Your Honor. Is of concern to me.
So Ms. Underwood, I did address that when we approached. Ms. Teskey, Ryan Teskey is her ex-husband, which could benefit your client. I don't know what their divorce was like, but he was just the investigator. He wasn't the victim of this offense.
And Your Honor, he wasn't even the investigator. There was an MSP independent investigator. Mr. Teskey just took the incident report at the prison. He wasn't even the MSP investigator that submitted it to our office.
So I don't feel at that point there's conflict.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would ask the court to continue with the cops plea in this matter, Your Honor. I think Mr. Pease was under some, I don't want to say changes in his system, Your Honor, that perhaps exacerbated this situation. And I think that has been discontinued, and Mr. Pease, to me, and at every time I've dealt with him, has been calm and respectful and in no way intimidating. I would hope the court would continue with the cops plea in this matter.
Right. So Mr. Pegues, is there anything you want to say on your own behalf? So you're 36 now. How old were you when you went to prison?
19.
19, and you were sentenced to 36 years for second-degree murder. Is that correct?
32.
Sir, please speak up or get closer to the mic. Thank you, sir.
33 Your Honor.
Okay. And I'm showing like misconducts. You've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, at least 9 assaultive tickets since you've been there. And you understand that these sentences just stack on the current sentence you're serving, right?
Yes.
In determining the appropriate sentence in this case, the court has considered the seriousness of the offense. Don't give a turn until we finish. Okay. The seriousness of the offense, your history, the principle of proportionality, the statutory penalty, the cost of confinement, the sentencing guidelines, the report and recommendation of the probation department, as well as what has been set upon the record at this hearing, the criteria and reasons for the sentence are the nature and gravity of the offense, the discipline appropriate to its commission, deterrence against repetition by you and by others, the potential for reformation, vindication for the law, and the protection of society. Sentence of the court that you will serve 12 months to 7.5 years with the Michigan Department of Corrections. This does run consecutive to the current sentence or any other sentence that you have. I don't know that you have a prior one of these. There is a $130 crime victim rights fee and $68 in state costs. And as I said, you get no credit and it does run consecutive. So Mr. Pegues, my bailiff's going to hand down to your notice of right to appellate review. She's going to show you where to initial and date it. That's for my records, just so that I know that you received a copy of it. If you wish to appeal the sentence, you would fill out the information on the form and mail it to the address list on the form within 42 days. Thank you, Mr. Pegues. The record should reflect that you see back to sign.
Hey, thanks for watching this clip from TCF Live. If you enjoyed it, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. And you can join us weekdays live, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, right here on this channel.